Servus and welcome! I'm René, a senior consultant at Tenfold, and in this video we will cover the Tenfold installation using the Setup Assistant and Docker. After preparing the Tenfold server, acquiring all the provided files and Tenfold license, you need to make two changes to the compose YAML file. Edit the file, set a password for the MS SQL SA user, and accept the MS SQL End User License Agreement by changing this capital N to a capital Y. Save and close the file. Now open a PowerShell window in this directory and execute the following statement: docker compose up -d. This will create a new Docker container for Tenfold and download the required installation files. After it's finished, you can close the PowerShell window. For the next steps, you will need a browser in which you navigate to HTTPS localhost. You will be greeted by Tenfold's welcome screen, where you need the license string found in the provided license file. Copy this block and paste it into the license key field, then click continue. Thoroughly read Tenfold's end user license agreement and accept it to start the installation process. This will take a few minutes, so I will fast forward to the next step. After the installation successfully completed, you can continue with the Setup Assistant. Choose a system language, either English or German, and the preferred system environment. We will focus on Active Directory in this video. For Microsoft 365 and Hybrid, please refer to Tenfold's documentation, because you will need to prepare an app registration in Entra ID first. You cannot return to this screen after starting the configuration, so choose carefully. In this screen, you establish a connection to your Active Directory. First, choose a domain controller, either using the picker by clicking this blue button or typing it manually. Then you'll need the Tenfold Active Directory service accounts credentials, with which you can test the connection. In case of a failed connection test, please make sure LDAP-S is enabled, your AD service account has the necessary permissions, and that you provide the correct credentials. If you have administrator and/or service accounts in your Active Directory and want them to be identified as such in Tenfold, you can let Tenfold create person types for them if they are identifiable either by organizational unit or a SAM account name. For organizational unit, they need to be located in a specific OU, and for SAM account name, their usernames must start with, end with, or contain a specific string. I'll use it for service accounts now, using the organizational unit structure. If you're not sure or don't meet the requirements, this can be done manually later on as well. After you're finished, click Next to continue with Tenfold's field mapping. It's called this way because Tenfold maps your AD's attributes to its own person fields. This will be used for your initial person sync, which creates Tenfold persons and builds an initial organizational structure like departments and offices based on the information provided by your AD user objects. If you need additional fields or attributes imported to Tenfold, feel free to add them via the New button. I'll add the position or title to this list and make it writable, which means that Tenfold will not only sync it from AD to Tenfold, but the other way around as well if Tenfold persons are edited. Writable fields are easily identifiable because they all got this blue arrow icon in front of them. If it's a structure relevant information like department, office, or in our example, the position, you will need to set a key field as well. This will serve as a unique identifier. After you're done with your field mapping, you can preview its outcome with an existing AD user object. By clicking Next, we can edit how this acquired information will be displayed in your tenfold persons. You can edit the order of fields by dragging them into the preferred position, change the title of each field with this blue icon, create new space between them, and make fields either read-only, indicated by this crossed circle icon, editable, represented with this box icon, or via the star icon, even mandatory. Only person fields covered by your field mapping will be shown here. So if you're missing relevant information, you can return to the previous screen. The next screen will now sync your AD to tenfold based on your field mapping. This will take a moment. After it's finished, click on Next to finish up tenfold setup by choosing an authentication mode, with which tenfold authenticates its logins against Active Directory. So you will use the same credentials for tenfold as you do for Windows. In the Community Edition, only the form login method is available. It is mandatory to set up administrative users for tenfold, either for individual persons or via AD group membership. These users will basically have full control in tenfold, so choose wisely. You can refer to our roles and privileges in tenfold video or the documentation for further information on that topic. After clicking Next the first time, you will be prompted to test the connection. This is a necessary precaution so you're not accidentally logged out of tenfold. Use one of the assigned administrator users to make sure you're able to log into tenfold after the setup is complete. Finish up by clicking Close, Next, and Restart. Since this will take a moment, I'll fast forward one last time. After it's done restarting, you're automatically forwarded to tenfold's login screen where you use the AD credentials, some account name and password of one previously set up administrator users. This concludes the setup assistant and tenfold is ready to be configured. Continue following our other video tutorials and use our documentation for further help on your tenfold journey.